the UN program that we see taking place in Europe and the United States is funded and pushed by the big central banks that want to have cheap labor and want to basically play different nation states and populations off against each other. It's classic divide and conquer. That's no secret. But if you look at the UN Migrant Borders Council and the holiday they've created, World Refugee Day, that they just celebrated last week, this is where the globalists weaponize third world populations from the Middle East and bring them into Europe, from Latin America and Asia and bring them into the United States, and then organize them into internal political groups, which are then given welfare at levels even higher than U.S. Social Security recipients, $17,000 plus a year in basic benefits, to leverage out the domestic population. This is classical tyranny, classical subterfuge, over-the-top treason. Now, we've been pointing out that in the last 3 years, Obama went from very lax enforcement of illegals, including illegals that have felony backgrounds and convictions, aggravated felons, rapists, arsonists, bank robbers, you name it, and went to total catch and release about 4 years ago, and he didn't get in trouble for that. So then Obama went to the mother of all tyrannies. The illegals get into the U.S. on trains and on buses. Mexico lets them in from South America and Central America, but doesn't let them stay there. And once they get into the country, buses are waiting at every major town and city from California to Texas and all in between, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, you name it, and they bus them to Democratic Party facilities, to public schools, to Catholic churches, where they are then put on welfare and given stipends, and then part of that money is donated back to the Democrats. You cannot make this up. Now, we broke this 2 years ago. The Border Patrol called us. ICE called us. We said, wow, thank you for giving this inside info. And they said, listen, Mr. Jones, we gave this to Fox News. We gave this to the New York Times before you. None of them will report. We drove down, Adon Salazar, Jakari Jackson, Kit Daniels, Joe Biggs, and met and did the interviews with the Border Patrol agents' faces blurred out and their voices scrambled. And then we went to where they said go, and there were dozens of buses 4 times a day pulling up in McAllen, Texas. It's a small town. And the emergency manager told us, oh, yeah, we bring them in. The Border Patrol gives them vouchers of money. We put them on Greyhound buses and send them to wherever they want to go. No one covered this but Fox a little bit, because the Border Patrol union head was on and said, we complete the smuggling process. We've warned people. No one will tell the public. We get threatened with our jobs if we tell you. So Jakari Jackson went down and got the report. Now, all these years later, 2 years later, this was 2 Junes ago, here is KRGV. This is so amazing. I'm not going to play the whole report here. You can see it at Infowars.com. But they report on it like it's no big deal. The UN, more Central Americans headed to the U.S. That's what Obama admitted last week. The State Department has videos that we played here admitting that they get their orders from the UN. Remember when Obama said, I'm allowed to go into Syria, I'm allowed to go into Libya because I have UN authorization and I have NATO authorization, and generals and others went before Congress, and Congress senators said, you get your authority from Congress, from us. They go, no, we get it from NATO and the UN. Just like Merkel says she gets it from the UN. They're like, it's illegal for you to bring these people in here unvetted. She goes, well, I have the UN. I have the EU. I have NATO. We're already in this global government. So they have KRGV TV in McAllen, Texas, and they report like it's, oh, just helping the locals, helping the citizens, helping everyone. You'd never know. They say, oh, they're immigrants. Yeah, they came here illegally, but we're just helping them and we're loving and we get them on the buses. No discussion of where they go, what they do. It's just, oh, the UN gives the order. See, they don't announce it like Red Dawn. The UN is invading. We're under UN control, martial law. It's just Germany and these other countries are under a civil emergency. And Greece gets its presidents appointed now, and so does Italy. And yeah, we're going to bring in 5 million people from jihad nations, and if you criticize it, we're going to arrest you. Yeah, there's no more free speech. Yeah. See, that's just, the UN says get ready for record numbers because they're running the program at the refugee centers, making a deal with Mexico to allow them in, but they don't get to stay in Mexico. They come here. Then Mexico came out last week and said, we're about to go bankrupt. We got to stop this. We got too many Latin Americans pouring in. Our border's collapsing. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're getting paid billions by the globalist to allow this to happen through U.S. taxpayer money. Mexico is paid $5 billion a year to allow this to happen. Look that up.
The public has a right to know how these people got here, how they came onto this great land. Why are they here?